There has been a lot of talk recently on the Star Wars front. There's talk about how they're going to be doing a whole new trilogy of movies, how they want to be starting over. I'm not sure whether they want to be continuing the Skywalker franchise, or they want to do this, or they want to do that, all kind of thing. How they may want to make Rey the new Obi-Wan Kenobi, and all of this is jumping out there. There's even this Hollywood Reporter article here that says Star Wars movies race for Rey and the future of the franchise on the big screen. The scavenger turned Jedi, played by Daisy Ridley, is in the last 3 episode movies, is key to the space opera's next turn. So basically what they're trying to say here is that Rey is the key to Star Wars going forward. They need to focus heavily on her. They need to really promote Rey and everything she does to the forefront. Well, Cosmic Book News wasn't having any of that shit. And they rip it apart to why it should never happen. And I fully agree. So, because I had a good laugh with this one, let's dive into it too. Cosmic Book News points out here, Daisy Ridley, the future of Star Wars is complete BS. And I could not agree more. Absolute crap. A recent report from the Hollywood Reporter offers that Daisy Ridley is the future of the Star Wars franchise. The author says, but I'm calling that complete bullshit. Yes, and the author is Matt McGloin, right? Yeah. Total, complete bullshit, that is. The fact is, if Daisy Ridley was the future of Star Wars, we would already have had a new Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie. Yes, because the last two she was in was so good. Let's do more. Yeah, let's do more. The fact is, if Daisy Ridley was the future of Star Wars, the franchise wouldn't have gone on a 5+ year hiatus. Well, of course, when you make movies so bad, literally so bad, they can't even pretend to come back anymore. What you're gonna do? The fact is, if Daisy Ridley was the future of Star Wars, her Shameen Obaid Chinoy movie that is supposed to come out wouldn't be in development hell. Well, considering what we know about that movie is the fact that they want to make it female centric. It's going to have the first female woman of color director. It's going to be about Rey mentoring a boy and a girl, and the girl is much more proficient with the force because you can't operate the force well when you have a penis. And that's what they're going to be pushing heavily. No wonder it's in development hell. No wonder. It sounds so promising. The article at the Hollywood Reporter is laughable because it reads like a press release put out by Daisy Ridley's talent manager, her PR team, and the bozos at Lucasfilm who have ruined Star Wars and are now scrambling to save their jobs. Look, I just want to say overall, I have no problem with Daisy Ridley as a person. I've never met her, but I haven't heard anything bad about her, so I don't know. I'm just saying her character of Rey is horrible. That's the God's honest truth. It's absolutely horrible. I saw the first movie that she was in, terrible, absolutely terrible. Second movie, I didn't even finish it. That's how bad it was. Until this day, I've never seen the last movie. I think is whatever the hell its name is. I have never seen it, and I have no interest in ever seeing it. None. This includes Kathleen Kennedy, who everyone hopes will be out the door by the time Bob Iger exits in 2026. Though her exit should have happened much sooner. Kathleen Kennedy has to know where all the bodies are buried in Hollywood for this woman to keep sticking around. You have ruined everything. Even not talking around how Kathleen Kennedy does not want to leave until she gets some big successful movie or something. If you keep making things into a feminist horror fest, What do you really expect you're going to get? God, what the article is trying to do is convince fans that suck up everything. Yes, yes, and believe me, there are people like that. It doesn't matter what come out. They like it, they suck it up, they enjoy it, and oh, it is here, and so it going on. Doesn't matter what. I've met quite a few online who have come to try and tell me certain things about calling me a hater and all kind of stuff and the other. But these people just like anything. It doesn't matter what it is, how bad it is. They just watch it and they good with that, and they expect you to fall in line like that. But no, that's what it is. Like the Star Wars Redditor bozos that Daisy Ridley and Ray Skywalker Palpa Walker teen are the most coveted thing in the Star Wars movie arsenal. It's a puff piece trying to convince clueless execs at Disney that raise the future of Star Wars, considering the fact that how badly this has gone and they still want to do it. I don't know. It's hilarious. She's not. Oh no, she isn't. Not at all. Daisy Ridley and Ray Sky Palpa Walker teen are actually the epitome of everything fans despise about Disney, Lucasfilm, Kennedy, and Star Wars. She symbolizes the destruction of George Lucas's two trilogies and the undermining of 40 years worth of storytelling. Recently, I passed into a toy store. I was in the mall getting something and I saw a toy store. I said, let me just go in there. I haven't been in one in years. Let me go in there. And the Star Wars section is full. You understand me? Full. And there are a whole bunch of Ray toys there. So I asked somebody who worked there, I said, people buying the Star Wars stuff? They said, no, people are not really all that interested in the Star Wars stuff anymore. They say the older Star Wars material does sell from time to time, but it's not getting much traction. So I asked us, I said, well, what about the Ray action figures? The guy actually told me they can't even give those away. Seriously, he said they cannot even give those away. That they actually had a promotion at time, and they were actually including the Ray action figures along with some other things that people were winning, and people were just throwing them in the bins. That's it, because nobody wanted it. Nobody likes the character. That's just the God's honest truth. Nobody's interested in the character. But that's what you get. I mean, you may have some collectors who will collect it because they just want to own everything. But other than that, no. Under Ray Skywalker Sky Palpa Walker teen, fans witnessed Han Solo's death, were denied a reunion of the original cast, never got to see Master Luke truly take charge, and face the biggest FU of all the trilogy's villain ultimately identified as the hero. So yeah, Han Solo died pathetic. Luke was an absolute waste of time, and then they did the whole villain hero crap that nobody cared about. You will note this article was published after news broke that Simon Kinberg is developing a new Star Wars trilogy. Oh, great. They have Captain Marvel here, Ruin X-Men, Dark Phoenix. Okay. Details are slim, but I'm betting it's minus Daisy, Ridley, and Ray, and will feature a male protagonist. Thank you, Trump. Ha ha ha. The article also follows Ridley being announced on a new Martin Campbell non-Star Wars movie. So when exactly is Ridley supposed to do that Charmin obeyed Chinoy's Star Wars? They're going to find a way. Telling they're going to find a way. That's just like I said before, they're going to find a way to ruin Blade. They're gonna find a way to do this, and when it ultimately flops, like we all know it's going to do, they will attack the fans and call them sexist and racist and I don't know, femalists and humanists and whatever else they could come up with. Is that what they're gonna do? But no actual no actual taking any kind of accountability for them to say, listen, we screwed up. No, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, the Hollywood Reporter's article notes that the Kinberg Star Wars trilogy is on a collision course with the Rey standalone movie and includes quotes from someone obviously in Ridley's camp, again trying to convince execs and fans to stick with Rey. She is the most valuable cinematic asset, in some ways, maybe the only one Star Wars has right now. Then why does nobody like the character, talk about the character, care about the character, want nothing to do with the character, and wish the character would go away? Why then? Why? Somebody tell me why. Really don't know why. Uh, another one say Ray is set to play a role in several movies that are being developed, although which ones remain unclear. But it cares. Another Ray created in the post-Lucas era is arguably the only entity with currency on the big screen now. The closet is a little bit. If she is the only one with currency right now, why does nobody want the character? Why? The only people who are here trying to actually defend Ray are the ones trying to move a kind of feminist needle along. Nobody talks about how the character is actually interesting. Nobody. Nobody over the character is actually interesting. I watched her do some kind of lightsaber fight once. It was like watching this kind of barbarian swing a club. There's absolutely no finesse whatsoever. Terribly done. The article continues and does get things right as sources offer Lucasfilm is completely clueless, so very clueless. You're being asked to create the New Testament, said a source. Claims to have worked on previous movies, and no one can agree on anything, and there's a lot of second guessing about meanings because Star Wars created for something, it did what it did, okay. You can tell, you see, there is an extended universe, but you have Kathleen Kennedy and them said that they are not going to pursue that. They said that they wanted nothing to do with the extended Star Wars universe. Then they went back and started taking things from the extended universe and messing it up. You can tell stories in an extended Star Wars universe without damaging the source material. But you all don't want that. Instead, what you want to do is crap like that Obi-Wan Kenobi series, where in the original movie, you had Darth Vader saying he senses a presence he hasn't sensed in a long time. And when he met up with Obi-Wan, could be told him that before I was the learner and you were the master. But no, what did we get? In the Obi-Wan Kenobi series? Hey, you know what, Obi-Wan? I haven't seen you enough. I haven't seen you in a few years. Ever since I literally dragged your ass across some coals. God, boy, come on now, man. Eh. Another source actually explains without saying it why continuing with Daisy Ridley as Rey won't work. Star Wars is a nostalgia-based enterprise and they are running out of ways to create nostalgia. Exactly as I said, there is an extended universe that you can explore and work with that. But you all have to understand, you keep going back to it because that's all you can do. And every time you go back and you ruin something, it pisses fans off. The Acolyte basically came on and said, you know what? Anakin being created by the Force is not all that special because some lesbian space witches did it a couple years earlier. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The fact is, there is no nostalgia with Rey. None. Absolutely none. They blew it with the Disney trilogy by not correctly passing the baton. They didn't just not pass the baton, they literally threw it off to the side. They also blew it by not developing characters and characters that had potential. Characters that had potential were cast to the sides. Sorry, John Boyega. When people saw the original thing for that first movie that Ray was in, and they had John Boyega in it, people were thinking, here's this stormtrooper who will eventually start to learn the ways of the Force and maybe become a Jedi. It was an interesting take to see, well, okay, this is something that could happen. Let's see how that works. No, you literally threw John Boyega to his side, decided to focus on Rhea character. Nobody liked it, and then you just drag the thing down till nobody cared anymore. To make standalone movies or continuing the Skywalker saga in any form is a fundamental question that the company faces as it tries to move forward, says a source for the Hollywood Reporter. If they continue with the Skywalker saga, they're going to ruin it. They continue to make movies, on their own without actually going to the source material and doing the right thing, they're going to ruin it. If by continuing the Skywalker saga, you mean Daisy Ridley as Rey, yep, we don't want it. No, we don't. We do not want it. Her taking the name of Skywalker, in my opinion, was an absolute insult. You had no business doing that. But this is what they wanted to do because they wanted to use that as a nostalgia bait to drag it along so people will come back to watch it. Like they say, it's all about nostalgia. So yeah, this article is 100% true. Daisy Ridley, the future of Star Wars, is complete bullshit. Nobody likes the character. You've ruined everything that could have been done with the franchise. You just want to continue to say, oh, she's the future, something. What? Who cares? Who's interested in this anymore? No, nobody. You have ruined Star Wars. You've taken this character of Rey that nobody wanted to see, elevated or some kind of stuff, and just continue to just drag everything down till there's nothing remaining. Nobody is interested in this, and you know it, but you won't stop. Well, we will see how that works out for them. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.